everyone, and welcome to Awesome Games Done Quick 2026. Benefiting, of course, the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Is what they would have said if the event ever began. Now, as you all know, Awesome Games Done Quick 3026 is only a few minutes away from starting, which means we're also only a few minutes away from the 1,000-year anniversary of AGDQ 2026, the event that never began. I have built a time machine to go back in time and figure out why the event never started and fix it. But we only have a few minutes to get it working.
Oh, so that's why you've gathered us all here, the world's foremost experts on all things 2026.
That's exactly right, because our extensive modern archives don't contain the amazing historical website gdq.gg/schedule, where people could have gone to see every amazing game that was to be seen on this amazing week of games back in 2026.
Let me guess. The time machine needs more precise information about the schedule to accurately travel to that exact point in time.
That's exactly right. I mean, classic time machines, you know?
We've all been.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
never worked.
I put the time in. Like, how is that not the whole thing?
It's just never.
The machine doesn't, like, it needs more?
Technology.
It just,
Nothing
it doesn't
ever
feel
works.
good. I don't know.
Never.
I agree.
Well, why don't we start with you, Cletus McClassics, our expert on GDQ Classics.
Gather round, children.
I'm 27.
No speaking up in my class.
Not a class.
If anything, it's science.
Attention! If we are to understand these runs' inclusion in that event, then we first must go back to why these games were so beloved in the first place. What made them cornerstones of gaming libraries for generations, even to today. Take the opening run of the marathon, Super Mario Sunshine.
You know.
Now, can anyone here state why that game was so beloved?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I mean, I'm a truckster.
Lava, death.
Exactly, the movement. An engine often imitated but rarely matched. Inkstar on that faithful day was to perform any percent, where they would have belly slid, triple jumped, dove, spin jumped, skipped and clipped their way into every GameCube nerd's nostalgia receptors. But sadly, that run, just like all the others, never to be seen. Let's look a little further into the event, where Witherman was supposed to take on one of the all-time great speed games in Sonic Adventure. Now, the old adage, it's been said a million times, but it really does stand true here. Walls were merely a suggestion in that game. Use this sheet of paper for an example. Here, would you please assist me in this, young one?
Okay.
All right, now pretend you're a Sonic Adventure developer and this is your hard work.
Oh, wait, it's moving!
Oh, the time machine is working. Okay, this is great. Keep going.
All right, let's focus up. All right, now Witherman, during that run, every time he came up to a wall, he could use his blisteringly high speeds to travel quickly around it, or his vast movement tech to scale up it in preposterous ways, or even... Ow, what is that? Hold it harder. Bam, just like that. They would have went straight through it, just like that, in the blink of an eye.
What an awfully impressive feat of strength.
Oh, thank you, young man. Gold star for you. Ooh. And that's the truth, though. Speedrunners, we were all very powerful, or at least we had a lot of energy, and never would that have been more on display during this very run at GDQ, as the Sonic Adventure GDQ crowd, always excitable, always brought the energy, and they would always lose their damn minds at anything that their beloved game would do. But, students, before we split, I do have to tell you about one more game, Halo Combat Evolved. Oh. That was to be run by the great Shockwife, but this time, it was to be the Cursed Again mod.
Ooh, Cursed Again. You mean the one that brought the most chaotic changes to the game?
Aha, exactly. You have been doing your homework.
Still not class.
It was to be the first time that a modded version of any Halo game was ever to be shown at a GDQ, opening up whole new avenues for where that community could have gone. But sadly, it, just like all the others, never saw the light of day, reduced to ashes and dirt.
Did someone say dirt? Well, I have some right here.
Oh,
Does anyone want any dirt?
no.
No.
Is
Why
it
do you have
cursed?
dirt?
I would just want dirt.
Thank you.
Just me.
I know.
All right, well, I guess I'll go. Very often at GDQs, we think about the largest games on the schedule from past, but what about the little guy? My name is Independent Games Jones. That's legally distinct. Independent Games Jones. And I'm here to talk about hidden gems, hidden treasures from the Awesome Games Done Quick 2026 schedule. And from my research, we had Sword of the Sea Any Percent by New Game Plus by Newt, which was an atmospheric surfing adventure game that you wouldn't have wanted to miss. And for my next discovery, we had Professor Birch with Bill Nye the Science Guy, Stop the Rock, which, you know, that game has boulders, and I'm legally distinct. Independent Games Jones, I hate boulders. Anyways, coming out of an indie game studio from what was Earth in 2026, now known as Super Earth, is PP Strello and the Cursed Yo-Yo, and that run was Any Percent by MHF Silver.
Ooh, I love Super Earth. Have you all been to Romania Remastered?
Oh, I've heard it's
Oh,
lovely.
no, I've been very to do that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Haunting.
Charming this time of year.
Yeah.
And for everyone who enjoys Neon White, Trackmania, or Titanfall, we had the Jet Runner run by Zyphals. This was a high-intensity, fast-moving run where going slow is quite literally not an option. And other indie gems I found on my travels, Minute, Shovel Knight, Jazz Punk Racing. Now, I have put in years and years in finding the biggest indie game from 2026, and this has required many long nights, expeditions across the globe, and a few summer interns trying to make it in the corporate world. I think I'm hearing we have a clip of that game on screen right now. Is that what I'm
in
hearing?
terms of your like main selected
No,
character.
no,
In the
not
run,
Claire
it doesn't matter
Obscure,
at all.
not that indie game.
Yeah.
I'm
Casually,
talking about
sometimes it
Call
felt
of
like you
Duty
get
Modern
certain
Warfare
NPC
2.
dialogue sort of thing.
Any Percent Recruit by Eric G was going to be at midnight on Thursday, and surely it would have been impressive.
Ooh, I love Midnight.
Oh, Vampira Stevens, you cannot keep doing this jump scare thing, okay? I just need you to take it down a notch with the jumping and the scaring. It's frightening. But you are already talking, and the time machine says it needs information about horror games, which is your thing, so why don't you just do it?
All right. Okay, then. As we know, horror games are some of the most, shall we say, bloody good games you could find at any Games Done Quick event. As the most elite connoisseur of the eerie in this party, I'd be happy to discern some of the scariest speedruns we should have seen at AGDQ 26.
You have to.
Yes, of course. For starters, even Nintendo can be creepy. Luigi's Mansion, in this case, was a paramount to the paranormal. The game would have been run by Elite Spud on PAL. That's not even the most horrible part. The game would have been mirrored, given double damage, and even had final area ghosts in the very first room. What? Wonderful. There was supposed to also be a whole block of scares on Tuesday in the chilling hours of evening, as always. The block would have opened with Silent Hill F by Captain Ezekiel. Now, this was the first Silent Hill in 13 years since the one before, boasting Souls-like combat. Amazing. Now, let me ask you something. What keeps you awake at night? That gives you the most fear?
The
Factors,
poly-exclusion
typically.
principle.
Forgetting to pay rent.
Letting
Girl
every
Scout
single
cookies.
person in my family down.
Excellent. What about a sequel? Well, we have Fear 2, which was a Maxi Loeb's favorite and would have finally been his first time showcasing the game. As we can see in this clip, there was an out of bounds moment that we like to call playing hooky, as you get to skip class. So fun.
Oh, how dare they? You cannot go that far.
Yes, but listen, we can't forget the scariest game of all. Animal Crossing City Folk!
Stop doing that!
Darn to pay Tom Nook.
Well, now that you're all sufficiently scared, the time machine better be satisfied. Or a ghost will follow you home! Kidding. Or am I?
Is she kidding?
I actually don't know.
I can't do
They
another
followed you
ghost.
home?
I just went to the ghost place to get the last one.
Ghost
Is
free?
that expensive?
I have ghost insurance.
Oh, that's
so it was
nice.
actually, yeah, it was like, I mean, there's copay, but you know, like if I fill out the, yeah.
All right.
It's working! Oh my God! We're doing this thing, guys. Okay, wait, it says it needs information about the GDQ prizes. Okay, well, that's actually pretty fortunate because I hired some historical reenactors to show us what a 2026 era prize segment might have looked like.
Welcome. We are the Games Done Quick Historical Reenactment Society, and we would like to show you, through our painstaking research, how Games Done Quick prize segments would have been conducted during the actual events themselves. Line.
You can't say line.
Then give me the script. Shout. Give me the script. Our team has conducted thousands of hours of painstaking research to ensure that our representations are as historically accurate as possible. The observance of proper rituals was essential to the successful execution of any prize segment. As with many events of the time, first all participants would rise for the Speedlandia National Anthem. The ethical record of prize segments is confusing, and research struggles to paint an accurate picture. On the one hand, the event was known to be very friendly towards non-human attendees, as evidenced by this prize and this participant. On the other hand, there were often a truly excessive quantity of armaments and armor available to win, suggesting that some of the winners may have been decided by Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! Furthermore, our records tell of a most accursed time in the GDQ legacy. Many of the runs turned dark, bizarre, and memey in an event known as the Awful Block. No! Still, no matter how dark the segment may have gotten, the audience's spirits would be inevitably buoyed by the appearance of their favorite mascot, the prize Warlock.
Prizes. Yes, prizes for drawings, you see. You can take one, but not for free. Give donations are tithe decreed for PCF. Oh, the donations they need, but no, you cannot buy the lump. It's not for sale. It's not for sale.
Thank you for joining us for this historically accurate portrayal of prize segments. If you would like more information, our digital archivists have preserved some of the ancient texts in the form of a website, which you can view at gdq.gg/prizes. We return you now to Mr. Scientist and the Time Machine.
Want some?
Buddy, nobody wants your dirt.
Why? It's authentic.
What does that functionally mean?
It's from here. It's Pittsburghian.
Can you just sit down, please? I don't... Okay, I'm like here and the dirt is putting me
The
like...
dirt. Go do your science stuff.
Okay, why don't you find a treasure? Okay. Guys, we're really doing this thing. Oh. It's really happening. We are gonna be able to go back to AGDQ 2026, but we need some more information. The Time Machine is saying it needs info about the Awful Block. Okay, well, that's fortunate. We have our foremost expert on all things awful, Mr. Awful Alaska himself, who has specially requested, of course, that we call him just Mr. Alaska. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Scientist. That's right. Awful is my father's name. As you know, my knowledge of awful games comes at a steep cost. Whenever I speak about my passions, I myself am terrorized by something truly awful. Which is why I've written one quick sentence each for some of the hottest awful games that we should have seen during Awful Block at AGDQ 2026. The land before time, return to the Great Valley. You think you know what to expect from everyone's favorite franchise, except in this game, Littlefoot and Ducky can fly now, thanks to some buggy movement. Is that a spider? Ah! Ah! It wants my eyes! It needs them! It's going for my eyes! That's okay. Dizzy Hero. In Dizzy Hero, you be hero, as long as you be dizzy. Egg. It's a whole game built around an object with no corners. That's a cow. It's a flying cow in a funny hat, using the power of milk to fly. Ah! It's back! It's sucking the fluid straight from my oculus! Ah! Honorable mention to Bug Blasters the Exterminators.
Oh, that one didn't get a spider?
12 bananas. For this one, I've actually recovered a rare sample of a game, which includes its hit theme song. Hit it!
Oh, it's fun.
This is nice.
Oh, I like the vibes.
This used to be my jam.
This is what games look like.
Interesting.
That's a thing.
Do you want 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4 banana, 5 banana, 6 banana, 7 banana, 8 banana, 9 banana, 10 banana, 11 banana, 12 banana? How many do you want?
I'm so sorry about that. I'm just pretty sure that thing wanted my eyes.
All right.
Okay.
I guess that, thank you. Let's see how the time machine liked all of that.
Excellent.
Oh my God! 70%! We're not, what is happening? Okay, we have to thank Mr. Awful Alaska for his honorable work for our great country, the United States of America, New Game Plus. Okay, I'm getting a readout. We need information about co-op and multiplayer games. Dr. Cohn, Professor Opp, that's you, baby.
Well, let us retrieve our research then. All right, I'd like first to put forward the Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer Season 4 race with Kuiper Don't Care and Connor 75. From the ancient and yet legendary website, dk64randomizer.com. While the goal remains the same,
You know, finding the missing keys, Kongs, and moves to defeat K. Rool.
Season 4 introduced a new hint system while still keeping the integral zaniness and charm we all knew and loved.
I'd like to present my findings from what was going to be the Mario Kart 64 4-player versus match with Haddock, Wawmaster Pokemon, and Cheech. It could have been wild. They were going to race all 16 tracks in something the history books call local split-screen multiplayer? Huh. Precise driving, lots of screen peeking, and sabotage are all part of the game. We're currently watching a relic of a bygone era, a VOD of what would have happened during this run.
I'd now like to submit something that would have been truly outstanding. The Super Mario 64 70-star, 70-player relay.
That's a big one.
It would have been a massive community effort where every star and level was going to be run by a unique runner.
And what's really nifty is that the final Bowser throws and final part of the relay was gonna be run by the legendary King J himself.
The whole thing was going to be a monumental undertaking
and would have justifiably gone down in GDQ history.
We would also like to mention a few other cooperative and multiplayer games that certainly would have been eye-catching. Split Fiction, American Truck Simulator,
Elden Ring Night Rain, Borderlands 2, and My DX Prism Plus.
With that, the professor and I conclude our findings from AGDQ 2026.
We hope this has proved useful to power the time machine.
It has. We are really almost there. I just feel, what are we missing? There were a lot of Game of the Year nominees that were supposed to be played at AGDQ 2026. There was Hollow Knight Silk Song, Hades 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, unless we forget, the Game of the Year winner, Claire Obscure.
Not an indie game, by the way.
And of course, there was the amazing charity that we were supposed to be benefiting at AGDQ 2026, the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
That's right. Because PCF is the only US-based organization solely dedicated to cancer prevention and early detection, which you can donate to at gdq.gg/donate. Their vision is a world where cancer is preventable, detectable, and beatable for all. And if you have the means, please consider donating so we don't have to have this same conversation in 3026.
I'm typing so fast I can barely contain myself. This is amazing. We're at 99%. We're missing just one thing, and the time machine says it's a sample of Pittsburgh. We need a sample of Pittsburgh.
Wait, that's my dirt. It's authentic. It's Pittsburghian. Okay, here's my moment. Here we go.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yes, that's it! 100%! Okay, we can finally know why AGDQ 2026 never began. And the answer is... okay, they forgot to turn it on.
Oh.
Okay.
That's it? Oh.
Well, I feel like let's just go back in time and tell them to turn it on.
Good idea.
That way, they can get the show on the road and everyone at home can enjoy
Awesome Games Done Quick 2026!
starting right now.